The ATND1061 Beamforming ceiling array microphone is an ideal solution for conference rooms, boardrooms, and meeting spaces large and small. The microphone may be used singly or in multiples for larger meeting spaces to capture every person speaking in a room with clear, natural audio that reduces distracting environmental sounds. The ATND1061 is easy to install, set up, and operate. The Digital Microphone Manager software is available on audiotechnica.com and allows the user to connect to the ATND1061 for room configuration, zone setup, and other settings such as network, DSP, and audio parameters. Upon launch, Digital Microphone Manager gives users the choice to either start a new project, open an existing project, or connect to an online device. New Project will walk the user through assigning a project name and setting the room sizes. These parameters can be modified in other areas of the software, but it is best to start with the measurements of the intended space. Open Project will prompt the user to open an existing project in Digital Microphone Manager. This opens the project with the microphone in an offline state, which simply means that the software is not yet connected to the device. The microphone can still function even when in an offline state in Digital Microphone Manager. After connecting to the microphone by using the drop-down menu in the device list, the project settings can either be pushed from Digital Microphone Manager to the microphone or downloaded to the software from the microphone. Connect Online Device reveals a list of available devices on the network. The Identify tool, which causes the LED of the selected device to flash, provides a quick way of verifying which device you are connecting. Once the software connects to the device, room and microphone settings can be adjusted and applied in real time. At the top of the screen, the user will find the project name, presets, Mute All button, and the Save button. Below these is the toolbar, which includes functions for adding microphones, adjusting grid settings, importing floor plan images, and modifying room dimensions. When a microphone is added to a project, the microphone icon is displayed surrounded by a circle. This circle represents the maximum coverage area of the microphone. Microphone pickup is dependent on two factors: the height of the installed microphone and the height of the person talking. The microphone's orientation in the design is identified by the arrow above the microphone icon. Microphone orientation in the design can rotate 360 degrees. Digital Microphone Manager can support multiple microphones in a single space, each with its own settings. Selecting anywhere within the microphone pickup area reveals the Beam, Audio, and Camera tabs. The Beam tab contains the three types of user-defined zones: coverage, priority, and exclusion, as well as the mark function. Selecting Coverage Zone or Priority Zone allows the user to draw the defined areas in which sound will be picked up by the microphone. Output channels 2 through 6 can be configured with 16 user-defined priority zones. Priority zones ensure that participants in these zones, whether seated or moving about, receive priority over those in coverage zones. However, priority zones can also be defined within an existing coverage zone. A maximum of 5 priority zones can be open at a time, with each open zone selecting the strongest signal identified as speech. Priority zones can be helpful in providing priority for a room's known participant locations. Output Channel 1 can be configured with 16 user-defined coverage zones, within which a meeting participant may be seated or move about while speaking. The beam will track and keep the microphone focused on the speaker's voice, minimizing any room noise. Only one of the 16 coverage zones can be open at a time, with the microphone automatically selecting the zone with the strongest signal identified as speech. Coverage zones can be helpful in picking up either non-priority or unplanned participants. Exclusion zones maximize the noise reduction and automatic mixing functions by identifying sources of unwanted noise within a coverage or priority zone. They can also be used to more accurately shape coverage in irregularly shaped zones. All zone types can be set with unique X, Y, and Z settings. The Z setting is useful when areas need to be designated for the varying heights. Zone settings can be accessed by clicking within the drawn zone. The zone drawing tool will remain selected until it is deselected or the escape key is pressed. When an ATND1061 is connected and online, an activity dot appears within the pickup area when a voice is detected. Using the Mark button will drop a marker for easy identification of the talker's location. This is a useful tool when a room drawing is not available. The marker is temporary and only available when in the Beam tab. The Settings menu is unique to each microphone in the design. Network settings, beam settings, LED behavior, and other general microphone system info can be found in this menu. The right column changes as different assets are selected in the project. Selecting inside the circle of the microphone changes the right column to reveal the position within the drawing and audio levels of the respective channels. The microphone can be locked into place to avoid any accidental movement during the design process by clicking the lock icon. Selecting anywhere inside of a coverage or priority zone reveals the zone's position and audio metering. Clicking outside of the circle reveals a project device list. The microphones in the design can be brought online through this list. The current view level box at the bottom right of the project area can be used to view the room layout from different elevations. Select the ATND1061 and choose the Audio tab at the top of the screen. Each output has a gain stage, EQ, auto mix, and level adjustment. AGC, auto mix, AEC, and noise canceling DSP settings can also be enabled and adjusted from this section. The ATND1061 outputs position data that can be interpreted by camera systems and can trigger a video switcher and/or pan-tilt-zoom system. To configure, select the ATND1061 and choose the Camera tab at the top of the screen. Up to 8 groups can be created and assigned to cover the user-defined zones. For more detailed information on the Audio-Technica Digital Microphone Manager software, contact the application engineering team at aeteam@atus.com.